Good evening and welcome to another episode of My Fiber Fun. Well, you guys, look at me. Yes, I was in the hospital. On Monday, I did a film for my gardening channel and I was telling them that my legs have been doing good and everything, but then all of a sudden, this was Monday, my legs bothered me all day long. So I did that film in the afternoon. And so I was outside and I was telling them about how my legs were bothering me. And I had my back room walker out there with me. And I didn't, I thought that they would bother me and thought much of it, but I didn't think that much of it. I figured, once I sat down later and got off my legs, that I would be fine. Well, as the evening progressed later, my legs started throbbing. It felt like a heartbeat. It was going boom, boom, boom. And it was my right leg. Now the left leg was bothering me, but the right leg was the worst. And so what happened was I looked, I was like, let me look at my legs. They were both swollen. The right leg, I couldn't even bend my toes. You know how you try to wiggle your toes? I couldn't even move them because they were so swollen. And my leg was out to here. I mean, it looked horrible. I was like, uh-oh, something's wrong, circulation or whatever. So then I go to Google, Dr. Google and YouTube University, and everything that would cause that was bad. So I was like, let me get to the hospital. So I went on and drove myself to the hospital, and I'm going to get enough of doing that. But it wasn't that bad. I was fine driving myself to the hospital. So I got there. They took me straight to the EKG machine. That was first and foremost. So they did the EKG. That was okay. So at that point, I had to go sit in that waiting room and wait. So my wait, it was about an hour. And so, of course, y'all know I had my crocheting with me. So I decided not to take the frog shawl, and I started on that actually on Monday, but I didn't, I was working on it, but I only got, one, two, three, four, five, six. I'm on row 7. Getting ready to start. No, I'm on row 8. Yep, because I'm down here on it. So I just started row 8 on this one. And so I decided to go with the size L hook instead of my usual K. And I didn't have to chain as many, but now that I'm looking at it, hold on. See, it's easier to see when I'm holding it up in the camera. And excuse the knots, that's the wrong side. Let's put it on the right side. Yeah, maybe I should go. I went with 100. I think I went with 160 with the L hook. Looks like wait a minute, where are they? Looks like I'm gonna have to frog it one more time, but thank goodness I'm only on row 8. But anyway, yeah, I'm thinking I better take this up to 200 because I want it to be long, and I have plenty yarn left, so I know I can get a full 54 row or 56 row shawl out of that. So yep, so I'll do that over. But what I did was I took the red, black, and green. I took one ball of each. And I'm actually not through with the ball of the red where I started. Wait, hold on. Just a second, y'all. Yarn's wrapped around my cord. Where is my hook? I'm using a size K for this. Okay, it may have fallen. It may be in the bag. But anyway, I'm using a size K, and this is what I have left from the first ball, and I'm actually on row 9. So, and wherever the color stops, that's where I'm gonna begin the next color. So the next color will be black, and then green, and then red, black, green, and then one row of yellow, and then red, black, green again, one row or 2 rows of yellow, and so on and so forth until it's done. I have 3 balls of each color, so this is it should get pretty wide. Although it's a thinner yarn, it should still get wide enough for me to use it as a shawl. Yep, it'll begin to grow. Usually once I get in the middle of a project, suddenly it begins to grow. Okay, and so I showed you that. Now, after I made my bag, and I'll get to that, that'll be the finale, I had this much of that yarn left. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 swatches out of this. I'm going to make one that I'm going to just wash in the regular wash, and then I'm going to dry it. I know, foolishness, huh? Because no telling what might happen, but we're going to do it just to test out this Knurl to see what it can do. The other one, I'm going to wash on the delicate cycle, and I'm going to hang it or lay it flat to dry and see how it does. So look for that test. Hopefully by this weekend, I do have a load that needs washing, so I know the one swatch will get done. And I'll probably do the other one on the delicate cycle. I can think of underwear or something to put in with the delicates, or even, you know, some of my dress pants, because some of them need to be washed. So I can do all that and then just hang everything up, you know. So look for that hopefully this weekend for Sunday's video. We'll see. Okay, and so let's see, what's the other thing? Okay, the other thing is I'm getting ready to make a series of, hold on, I'm still looking for that doggone hook. Here it is. I just found, nope, that's not it. Dang, what did I do with it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably here on this junky couch somewhere. I'll find it. Okay, I'm getting ready to make a series of adult bibs. Remember the cousin that I was going to make the lap gown for? It dawned on me. I was like, I know what she needs, because I remember I had on an adult bib at one of our gatherings, because I'm like a baby and she is too. She told me, you know, since her vision started failing her, she said she spilled stuff everywhere. She said, but even when she could see good, she would always spill stuff on her nice clothes. And so she always said she needed an adult bib. So when she saw me wearing one, she was like, I need one of those. I had one of my mother's old ones on, and I had on a nice top that day that I didn't want to mess up. So I wore the bib. So anyway, I thought about it. I was like, okay, that's what she can get, because I want to make myself one. I'm making one for a friend who's the caregiver for her daughter. And so I'm going to make that one out of the hipster yarn. Now this yarn is so thin, I don't think it would make a nice enough bib. So I'm a double strand this, and then this other one, I had already started something with it, but I'm gonna frog that. So what I'm gonna do is I can wind up half of this and then double strand it with the rest of it, and then get an extra ball. It'll be a half ball, and then this one will be a full ball, and that should be enough to make the bib. And then the secondary color I'm going to use with that is a toss-up between white or pink. I'm thinking the pink will bring out the hipster colors, but so would white, because, you know, the hipster color has that little, you know, lighter, it's a lighter blue, but either one of these colors would work as a secondary for the border. Yep, so we'll see. So that's going to be bib number 1. Then I have other cotton yarns in there. I'm going to make my cousin's white, because she goes to church and stuff, and they have a lot of church dinners, so that would be the perfect spot for her to wear the white bib. And so, and then myself, I don't know what colors I'll use. It'll be just something from the scraps, okay? I'm just, you know, just to get rid of some of the cotton yarn, and mine will be last. So anyway, so you'll see those projects coming up. Next, before we get to the finale, then we're going to get off of here. This won't be a long video, hopefully. We'll see, because y'all know me. Okay, so we have a mail call. Look what I got in the mail 3 days ago. It's mail call, it's mail call. I'm so happy today. Okay, the magnets came, y'all. But unfortunately, these are some weak magnets. I really like the presentation. They sent me this little nostalgic card, and then they put my name and told me thank you. And then they sent this letting me know that they're still offering, if you buy 3 magnets, you get 4 free. And that's what I did here. And so, but these are some weak magnets. When I tried them on the walker, they stuck, but I could tell if I hit one bump, it's gonna fall off. They're just real weak magnets. They stuck to my refrigerator pretty good, but I could tell even with the refrigerator, it's not one of those powerful type magnets. In fact, I could show you. In fact, I will. And y'all gotta excuse my floor and everything. My house is a hot mess. Okay, let's turn the Cadillac around and I'm gonna show this to you. Let's lower this. Excuse my robe that's on top of the walker. Okay, now, this is my peace sign magnet, the one that was in the greenhouse. This is a powerful magnet. You can look at it. Look how thick the magnet is. I'm gonna demonstrate it to you, the difference. So this was the one I was going to be using for when I go to the farm market. So let's take that one out. Now, as you can see, the magnet itself, you know, it's big, but look how thin it is. And so when I put it to the magnetic area, in fact, I can't, okay, it's stuck, but it sticks lightly. See how that just fell off? Now, the peace sign magnet, look at the difference. Wait a minute. Oops. Wait. Yep. Am I doing this right? There we go. See how that just clumped? And it's strong. It'll stay on there. And this other one, it won't do that. So I'm going to use the peace sign magnet for now. And then I can always order other magnets from elsewhere. Now that sticks if I... See how that does? So I can't use them for this, but I can use them. Let's put this one back. Okay, oops. I gotta hang it this way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna use these for the refrigerator, but I can at least show you what I got. So let's lift this back up. And we'll do that, get to the finale, and then get off. Okay, since this one is out, where's my magoos? Okay. This one says fresh produce, locally grown. That's what the first magnet says. And this was the one I was going to be using immediately for bling. This was one of the freebies. This says, good things come to those who bait. And it's a picture of a crappie. Yep, it's a crappie. At first I thought it was a bass, but it looks like a crappie to me. That's one of my favorite fish. So that's that one. I'll get to the ones that I paid for after this. Okay, I thought this one was cute, and it could almost kind of go for the hippie saying. And what the button says is, happier than a seagull with a french fry. I should have taken these out the plastic before I came on. Put these magoos down. Yep, it says, happier than a seagull with the french fry. I thought that was cute. Although I don't like seagulls, I thought it was cute. So I got it. Now, these are the ones that I picked out. Oh, and this was the other one that was free. Number 4. It's a dartboard, so I thought that was kind of cute. It was unique, so I went on and got it. Now, the ones I picked out to buy, the 3, this one says, please wait for the dial tone. And it looks like a phone, but it's not. Wait, let me make sure this isn't upside down. Nope, it's not. Yep, it looks like a dial tone, but it's not the ring. You know, you can't put your finger in it. But I thought that was cute, and I thought it would work well for bling for the walker. So now it'll be on the refrigerator. The second one I got was, I thought I had gotten the John Lennon one, you know, Give Peace a Chance, because I believe I saw that one, but I didn't get that one. I ended up getting Peace Now, so I may have to go back and get that one. But I don't want to buy 3 more magnets just to get the 4 free, so I don't know. I may or may not, but I'm going to look at other magnets and see if I can find that one elsewhere. But this is the one I got. It says Peace Now, and I think it's cute. It's all the way 70s. And And last but not least, this is my favorite one. This is Hippie All the Way, y'all. Hippie All the Way. Woodstock. This is the Woodstock one. Yep. So I like that. Alrighty, so that was it for the magnets. So unfortunately, I can't do the bling. So unless, you know what? It just dawned on me. I'll see if I can find, maybe I can find some magnetic material, you know, some stronger magnets. Where could I get some, where could I get something like that? You know, maybe a hardware store or somewhere I should be able to get some magnetic strips. Hey, I'll look online and see if someone has magnetic strips. And maybe I can take those and glue those to the back of those and go, you know, and get it stronger, and then I can still use the magnets. I'll come up with something, but I'll check to see if I can buy magnetic strips or even magnets. I'm quite sure somebody sells them. Maybe Michael's have magnets or strips or whatever. I don't know how strong they would be, but we'll see. Okay, now on to the finale. Now for the bag, I used the diamond mesh stitch, I used the size L hook, and I used the remainder, or most of the remainder of that almost said furrows yarn, the Noro yarn that I use for my blanket here that I'm still loving. Can't use it right now because we've gotten back into heat. It was like 88 degrees today. So, so can't use it now. In fact, the fan is still on because it's hot in here. But what I did was, for the straps, I did not sew the straps together. I clamped it together with the stitch marker. I can either tie the strap around the front of my walker or, hold on, well, no, I'm not going to put it on there to demonstrate. I can either tie the strap onto the front of the walker, or I can use the stitch marker to hold it. I'm thinking I'll probably tie it and use the stitch marker. So these are the straps, and here is the bag. And it's not going to be used for anything other than a catch-all. So this is where I will have all my things, my bagoos, you know, anything that I have that I would normally carry in my bag, my watermelon bag, because I don't like having that on my shoulder. So now I can put my things right in front of me, set it on the seat of the walker, and, you know, keep it, it'll be right at me. So I can hold on to it actually while I'm walking, but it would be right there. And then I can use it for my catch-all. And this won't be just for the farmer's market. It'll be for anywhere that I go where I use the walker. Even if, let's say, I'm at a reunion, family reunion, or, you know, out with friends or whatever. Whenever I have the walker, this will be with me, and it will be my catch-all. Doctor's office, I can see sticking my crochet in there. I can see, you know, papers, anything, you know, whatever I need to put, you know, in a bag or whatever. So it almost takes the place of the basket. Now I have that other basket that I'll be ordering at the end of the month for the front of the walker, and it's a basket and a tray. Maybe that could take the place of this. I don't know, we'll see. But for now, starting now, this will be used starting this Saturday when I go to the farmer's market. And that bag will be here forevermore. I love it. And I made it bigger than what I would normally do. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna definitely end this now because I'm cooking. I just burnt some greens to a crisp, y'all. I put them on for stir fry. Forgot to add a little olive oil or oil to it. Used some of my beloved cipollini onions in it and the other seasonings, and messed around, and before I knew it, it had burned to a crisp. I should show it to you, but I'm too embarrassed. Just know, if you go to my gardening channel, you will see them. Because I did a film showing them when I started that video earlier. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here because I have some potatoes on now, and I don't want those burning. And then I had stopped and got some chicken because after the hospital thing, I truly did not want to do any big cooking on today. But yeah, I have the edema. And like I said, I had the edema. And so I'll go to my doctor, get the whatever he decides to do to treat it, wear my compression stockings. I feel 2,000 times better. Legs feel almost normal today. So I'm at least back. But Monday I went down, okay? I failed fast, okay? And so, like I said, spent 24 hours in the hospital, and they had me in the CDU, which is clinical decision, because had I had a blood clot or had there been any other issue, then I would have went through the full admission and then went up to the floor. But CDU is when they make the clinical decision, and I had to, it was 24 hours. So usually you're out of there within 24 hours. So I would have found out just like the last time. Remember, I was in that area, and then, but they didn't have any beds, but it was still, that's the area. So basically, once everything panned out and they found out what it was, the edema showed up on the ultrasound. Once they found out what it was, then they, you know, they released me this morning. So I got home at about around 7:30-ish, somewhere around there. Okay, so I'm off of here because I'm smelling the potatoes and I want to make sure that they're not burning. I'm paranoid now. So I will see you guys Sunday, if not sooner, you know, and may God bless you all. Oh, and look what I have on today. For the first time, I have on my yarn chicken shirt, and I started to put the button on, but I was like, nope, it'd have been and fell off, and I've been stepped on it or something crazy. So I left the button off, but I have on the shirt, and I love it. I am loving this shirt. Okay, you guys, so I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.